10 out of 10. This is 5 out of 5. 20 out of 20. However y'all want to rank it. This is the game of the year. Final Fantasy VII. The remake. Now, this advance heads up, this is going to be a spoiler. You already know. This is Gy'styles. Let's talk about this real quick. Now, it took me like 6 days to beat this game. You know, I wanted everything to sink in. I looked at other videos, reviews to explain the ending precisely. I played the first game when it first came out years ago. You know, a few years later, on and off. You know, like my cousin had the game, I borrowed it. You know, I ain't really finished it probably. Finished it years later. You know, it was 3 discs. Back then, that was like unheard of. Like a game that have 3 discs, 3 CDs just to beat a video game is just nuts. Like, makes you appreciate Super Mario Brothers. But what makes this remake special is the years, the gaps behind. I keep hearing what makes this remake and Resident Evil remake so special is because the first games is like 2 generations behind. The graphics was so like 2-bit style, whatever. Like it was so behind. Is actually see these characters in a fresh new light is different. But let's talk about this game real quick. I don't understand the complaints about it. They made this game better and protected the original game at the same time. You know, it's not like it's a lot of games that get re-HD, like, and you be like, yo, you know, I can't even play the other ones. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even going to touch the other ones no more because this one's just too good from the other one. But to me, I feel like this game made the game better. But at the same time, it made it possible for you to still play the old game and still have a good time. I mean, I played the old game right after, you know. But I see complaints about the story, how it's too much at Midgar and stuff like that. To me, I think in the long run, it's going to make sense. They just need to heavy up with this next episode or whatever they're going to do. They got to speed this up. Like, we need this year. But they made the game better. Like I said, usually what it took on the old game would have been 5 hours, but this took about 50 hours in Midgard and really stretched out this town. It really got in depth with the characters, you know, characters like Jesse, Biggs. You know, you didn't really get to know them characters like that in the old game. This one, you felt like they was like one tier down from Tifa and them. Like you know, they almost felt like they could have been usable characters to a point. Like, you know what I mean? You just never know. But this was very thought out. They added new characters. I was playing the game, and I was like, wait, this part don't happen. That's what got people so mad. They were suspecting the same thing too much. But when they gave y'all something new, y'all didn't soak it in and appreciate it. You know what I mean? They gave you new boss battles, new characters, like the bike battle. And that was new. But y'all was so eager. Y'all was so ready to... Like, I don't think y'all people that's complaining really enjoy the game. You know, they was just so worried about, when it's going to end. Which they made the ending better than the last game. You know, at least they didn't have to give us Sephiroth in this game at all. Could you imagine if you would have ended on the highway and it would just sort of stopped, no real big boss battles or nothing? Now, the game, they complained at that part, but to me, the game went up another notch around chapter after the ghost train track scene. It got crazy. It got real. Once you got out the sewers, the game picked up. You know, this around the time I think you're saving Jesse and Biggs. And the helicopter scene fight, you know, when you're on that building, that was fire. Then before that, you know, the whole dress up thing, you know, it was a little bit too much for me. You know, I feel like they stretched it out a little bit too much. You know, it was a little funny, but, you know, I didn't need all that dancing. I could have skipped that. I didn't need all that. We didn't need all that. They could have just dressed them up and just, you know, went there to the hideout. We didn't need all the dancing things. This ain't Dance Revolution over here. But, you know, we here to fight monsters. You know what I mean? But... You know, but that wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? Like, shit, I had fun with that. But, then I feel like chapter, I would say that was chapter like 15 with the big fight. Then chapter 17 to me was like 5 hours. I don't know. That shit was like 10. It was like 5 boss battles, like 7 boss battles. You had to fight this caterpillar thing. If I don't, that thing with electric powers. Then you had to fight the ghost of mother or something. Sephiroth unleashed a monster. You had to fight that thing. Then after that, you had to fight dude with the dog on the roof. I was just like, oh man, I'm done. Then after that, you went to Barrett. You had to fight this big machine with Barrett and Aerith. And it was just, oh my God. But yeah, but the ending was incredible. Like I said, like they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to give us Sephiroth this early in the game. But I'm glad they did. It was a smart move that they did also. Because it's like, we already know he's coming. What we waiting for. But you had to fight these things called the Whisperers. And, when you do the assist scan, you can read the description. But basically, they are spirits or entities that's trying to protect the future they already created. Like, the things they already did, they accomplished, they trying to protect it. And the weapons was pretty much the same as Tifa, Cloud, and Barrett. When you look at it, it's just one have a sword type, 2 guns, and one fight with the hands. But when you first play the game, you're not focused on that. You just trying to like, I'm not even thinking about it. So when I looked that up and I peeped the game, that's what it was about. I was like, wow, that was crazy. So when you're fighting them, to me, this fight, when you go back to the fight after doing it, it's even better than before when you realize what these Whisperers are. So you take them down, then you do a quick fight with Sephiroth, which is similar to the movie. The movie with the Final Fantasy VII movie. Not that Final Fantasy movie. That was just, I don't know what that was. But that's another video about that thing, that disaster. But they gave you this, similar to the movie when you fight Sephiroth and the buildings was all broken, you jumping back and forth. That was dope. To me, I don't understand. People are complaining about the second half of the game that didn't even come out yet. Because of the ending with Zack. Is it 2 different, dimensions? We don't know. We don't know yet. But I feel like it was just incredible. I mean, like the foreshadow, when you see Cloud and Sephiroth on the final stage, Sephiroth saying, yo, nah, this ain't time for this yet. And go back, like, yo, this was dope, man. This was really dope. Like, I don't understand how you could play the first game and play this and have complaints about it. I mean, it's just, I ain't have not one glitch throughout this whole game yet. Like, it's nothing to explain. Well, whatever, man. Look, this Final Fantasy so far, game of the year to me, it's clear as day. I mean, when the second part come out, it's just gonna complete everything. I would say I hope it's a possible way like we could walk around better. I make it feel like like a RPG, but it's the way how it ended. We can't. But I hope in the second half we are able to roam around the areas. That's all I want for the second half. When we beat the game, is it possible just to roam around? And do things. Instead of just jumping from chapter to chapter thing, to do certain stuff, we have to go to a certain chapter. To me, that was the only drawback I had from it. But other than that, it's a solid one.